For the first time since I wrapped up my last novel, I now have clarity. I think I have an inkling of where I'm going to be going with my next project. Um, I spoke before about how it was really going to come down to two different avenues, two paths. Um, One being a collection of short stories, the other being a novel. Um, and without going into detail yet about that again, I quite I'm more certain now about where I'm going to be heading. It's simply a matter of what's been sort of pressing, on my mind and my thoughts as I've been, spending these days kind of not really thinking about it so much when I'm at the keyboard. I don't really think too much when I make these videos about my project. I've been thinking more about it in sort of the times that I'm away from the keyboard. When I'm driving in the car, when I'm sort of doing, when I was kind of busy at work during the kind of more boring, I guess, parts of my day when I kind of space out a little bit. During moments where, again, you're sort of alone and you're not quite, focused on something that's on the television or what have you. That's when I've been thinking more and more about this project. It's taking hold of my interest far more than the other one. I don't know if this is ever going to be the most practical of decisions. I don't think this is going to be the most beneficial in terms of potential publication. I think it'll be a bit more difficult to eventually market later on. I think to potentially an agent or a publisher or something like that, just because the nature of what it's going to be is going to be a bit more difficult. But it needs. I'm feeling like that's where my interest lies, and it's going to be hard to. It would be harder to put that one aside and work on the other one than I think the other way around. It would be harder to put this aside, work on the other project, even though it has a better chance of publication, and not think about this project, than it is to work on this project and keep my focus on it, and not have myself thinking, about what else I could be doing, what the other project could be, because there are going to come moments in this path, whichever way I choose. There's going to be moments, obviously, in this path when I'm going to have the shiny new idea syndrome, when I'm going to have the moments of real frustration here, and if you pick the wrong project, if I decide to go the wrong avenue, I'm going to be thinking about what I could have done differently. I'm going to be thinking about not just in terms of that project, but I'm going to be thinking, man, I could have been doing this other thing, and I really want to do this other thing, but I made a more practical decision here, and this is where it got me. The practical, the more obvious, easier in my mind at the time decision. This is what where it got me, right? And so I think I'm gonna be going down a bit more of the difficult path, a bit more of the challenging path. It's feeling, yeah, I'm going to give it a bit more time, but it's feeling like that's going to be the way I'm going to choose. And if that is the way I do it, this will be the best written work that I've done up to this point, regardless. Even if it's difficult to ever get published or finished, it's going to take my writing to another level. That I'm quite certain of, if I can do it correctly. So I'm going to leave it right there with that. I will be back, obviously, tomorrow with another video, and yeah, I'd say a few more days, and then I may have a decision.